All right, so today we're going deep into prompt engineering.
Yeah, it's funny because so many people are already using AI without even knowing it.
Oh, totally. I mean, every time you use the search engine or you ask your smart speaker a question.
Exactly. And prompt engineering is like, well, how do you take that to the next level?
I like to think of it as, instead of just like asking for directions, it's like giving really specific instructions on how to get somewhere.
That's a really good analogy. So, you've got these really powerful tools, right? ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Bard. These are like super smart assistants that can generate text, translate languages. They can write different kinds of creative content, answer your questions. But like anything, you've got to learn how to use it.
Right. So how do we get the best out of them?
Well, and that's where prompt engineering comes in.
It's like learning the language of AI in a way.
It really is, because you're teaching the AI to understand what you want. You're being specific and intentional. So think of it this way. You ask a friend to bake a cake.
Okay, I love cake. I'm following.
Right. If you just say, bake a cake, you might get something.
Yeah, but who knows what kind of cake?
Exactly. But if you say, I want a chocolate cake with a raspberry filling and like just a thin layer of frosting.
Okay, now you're talking.
Now we're getting specific.
Yeah.
Now you're probably going to get what you actually envisioned.
Right. So prompt engineering is about being precise and clear with your instructions to get the AI to do what you want it to do.
That's it. And there's this one technique. It's a real game changer. It's called persona prompts. This is what we're diving into today.
Okay, persona prompts. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's so cool. Basically, you're giving the AI a specific role to play. It's like you're saying, okay, pretend you are a cave.
Okay.
A certain kind of expert.
Yeah.
And then you ask it your question.
It's kind of like those imaginary yokis we used to play as kids.
Exactly. But now you're playing with this super smart AI.
Ooh, I like where this is going. So instead of just like looking up a word in a dictionary, I could ask the AI to explain it like they're a dictionary editor.
You got it. Or let's say you're coding and you're stuck. You're like, oh man, I can't figure this out. Instead of just like throwing your code at the AI, you say, you are an expert Python programmer. Here's my code. Can you help me debug this?
Oh, wow. That's like having like a coding tutor on demand.
Right.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here, but I need more. Give me some more examples. How are people actually using these persona prompts in the real world?
All right. So you're a teacher, right?
Okay.
You want to make a really fun math lesson for your students. You could say to the AI, act like an elementary school teacher and come up with a word problem that uses, I don't know, like a popular children's book.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or let's say you're in marketing, you could ask the AI to be like a social media guru and create some catchy captions for your new product launch.
Okay, these are good examples. I'm starting to see how this can be applied in like so many different fields.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the more specific you are with the persona, the better the results.
The more interesting the AI's response.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how do you actually go about creating a persona prompt? Is there like a formula?
It's pretty straightforward. You first figure out, like, what's the role, the persona that you want the AI to take on, and then you give it context. Like, you are a financial planner who has been helping people invest for, over 10 years.
Right. So you're basically setting the stage.
Setting the stage. And then you ask your question.
As if you were talking to that person in real life.
Exactly. And you can add like personality traits too, or specific instructions. Like you can say, you're a financial advisor known for explaining things in a really simple and humorous way. Or you're a financial advisor who specializes in helping young adults plan for their future.
So instead of like a stuffy old financial advisor, I could have one that's like hip and relatable. This is pretty amazing. I'm already thinking of all the different personas I could use, like a motivational speaker, a stand-up comedian, a philosopher.
You see?
The possibilities seem kind of endless.
They are. You can do so much with this.
So I think we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
I'm sure our listeners are already like, their minds are blown.
I hope so.
Maybe we should give them a moment to like process all this.
Yeah, let's take a pause. Think about the areas where you already use AI and, ask yourself, could a persona prompt be helpful here? What kind of expert would I love to have at my fingertips?
We'll be right back with even more advanced techniques and some mind-blowing applications of persona prompts. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. Ready to really level up our persona prompting skills?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so ready. So we talked about the basics, but like, where can we go from here?
Okay, so imagine, instead of just stating the persona, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like writing a whole character bio, you know?
Okay.
Giving it depth.
Gotcha.
Backstory. You can do that with a persona prompt, too.
So instead of just, you are a therapist, it's, you are Dr. Smith, a therapist who specializes in, I don't know, CVT, and loves using metaphors from nature.
Exactly. Give it a name, profession, personality traits, even like a communication style.
Okay.
Want your financial advice with a sigh of like Southern charm?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Tell the AI you're a financial advisor from Charleston, loves sweet tea, and, you know, explains things in a way that makes people feel at home.
Okay, so the more specific we get, the better the AI's response is going to be.
Absolutely. It gives the AI a much richer foundation to draw from. And, you know, you can actually upload documents too.
Whoa, wait, what? Like, feed the AI a whole book on a specific topic?
Yeah. Let's say you're writing a historical novel. You could upload historical documents from that time period, research papers.
Wow.
Even novels to give it a sense of the language. Then when you ask it to act as a character from that era, it'll be super authentic.
Okay, that is just wild. It's like giving the AI a whole library to learn from. So I could upload, say, my company's brand guidelines.
Yeah.
And ask the AI to, like, be our head of marketing and critique my work.
Exactly. Or personal letters to capture someone's writing style.
Wow. Okay. Is there any limit to the kinds of personas we can create? Can we get into, like, non-human personas?
That's one of the most exciting things. You can think outside the box. Want to see the world through the eyes of a cat? Ask the AI to describe a typical day from a feline perspective.
Oh, my goodness. That would be so interesting.
Right.
You could ask a tree to share its wisdom on the changing seasons.
Exactly. It's about exploring different perspectives. But, you know, beyond just creating content, you can use persona prompts to turn your AI into, like, a reviewer.
Ooh. Tell me more about that. I always need feedback on my work, but sometimes it's hard to get an honest opinion.
It's all about picking the right persona for the kind of feedback you need. Like, want someone to really challenge your ideas.
Yeah, sometimes you need that, right?
Ask for a skeptical reviewer.
So instead of asking my friend to just, you know, proofread my essay, I could ask the AI to be a literature professor.
Yeah, like they're grading a paper.
Or, you know what, I could actually ask for a supportive editor, maybe. Someone who gives me some, you know, constructive criticism.
Absolutely. Someone who will suggest improvements, but also highlight what you're doing well.
This is so cool. It's like having a whole team of reviewers just, like, waiting for me.
And they never get tired.
Uh-huh.
They're always ready to go.
I am truly amazed. We've gone from, like, basic persona prompts to detailed backstories, uploading documents, even, like, embodying non-human perspectives.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. What stands out to you so far?
Well, we'll be back in just a moment to wrap up our deep dive into persona prompts and what all of this means for you and really your journey with AI.
Wow, we've covered so much ground on persona prompts.
It feels like we've only scratched the surface.
I know, right? And I feel like my mind is still buzzing with all these possibilities.
It really is incredible what you can do with this, though.
So let's bring it all home for our listeners who might be new to all this.
Right, like, where do you even begin?
Yeah. What does it mean for someone just starting out with AI and prompt engineering?
You know, it really means you've got this incredible power at your fingertips.
Oh.
You're not just like asking questions into the void anymore.
Right.
You're shaping the conversation.
You're in control.
Guiding the AI to give you exactly what you need.
Yeah, it's like instead of having to search for the answer yourself, you've got a team of experts you can consult with.
Exactly. And the best part is you don't need to be like a tech expert to use it.
Anyone can do this.
Anyone can do this. It's about imagination and, you know, playing around and just being willing to experiment.
We've got a ton of examples in the blog post to get you started.
Definitely check that out.
But those are really just starting points.
The real fun begins when you personalize these prompts, you know?
Yeah, make them your own.
Tailor them to what you're working on.
I love that it's not about following some strict rules.
Yeah, it's about being creative.
So think about the projects you're working on, the things you're struggling with.
Yeah. Think about it. Could a persona prompt help you look at things in a new way?
Right. Find a solution you wouldn't have thought of otherwise.
Exactly.
And, you know, what we've talked about today, it's really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to prompt engineering and AI.
This is just the beginning.
As AI gets even more advanced, these techniques are only going to get more powerful.
It's so exciting to think about where this is all headed.
I know. It's like we're at the forefront of a new era of how we interact with technology. and it's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, we encourage you to keep exploring.
Keep that curiosity going.
Check out our blog post for even more details and techniques on prompt engineering.
Don't be afraid to experiment and play around.
You never know what you might discover.
And until next time, happy prompting.
Happy prompting.